Imagine waking up tomorrow. You check your bank account. Your balance is exactly the same. Nobody stole your money. Your salary hasn't changed.
But somehow, you're poorer than you were yesterday. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly how inflation works.
Most people think inflation is just prices going up.
They blame supermarkets, oil companies, or businesses for charging more. But almost nobody asks one important question. Who actually benefits from inflation? The answer might surprise you. Let's break it down.
Imagine the economy is like a pizza.
There are 8 slices for 8 people. Everyone gets 1 slice. Now, imagine someone creates a lot more money, but the number of pizzas stays exactly the same.
There isn't more food. There isn't more value.
There's simply more money chasing the same amount of goods. As more money competes for the same products, prices begin to rise.
That's inflation.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Governments are usually the biggest borrowers in their countries.
Let's say a government borrowed $1 trillion years ago. Back then, that money had much more buying power.
Fast forward to today. Inflation has pushed prices and wages higher. The government still owes $1 trillion, but because money is worth less than before, paying back the debt is easier in real terms.
It's like borrowing 10 bags of rice years ago and paying back the same 10 bags after your income has doubled.
The number hasn't changed, but the burden has become lighter.
There's another effect most people never notice. Imagine you've saved $10,000 in cash. 5 years later, you still have $10,000.
Nothing was stolen, but if prices have gone up by 30%, your money now buys much less than it did before.
That's why economists sometimes compare inflation to an invisible tax on cash.
Not because money is taken directly from you,
but because what your money can buy slowly shrinks over time. Inflation can also increase government tax revenue in some cases.
As wages and prices rise, people and businesses may pay more taxes in dollar terms, even if their real purchasing power hasn't improved by much.
That doesn't mean governments create inflation just to collect more taxes.
But it does mean inflation can have that side effect. So why don't most people notice?
Because inflation doesn't happen overnight.
A loaf of bread gets a little more expensive.
Fuel goes up.
Rent increases. Streaming subscriptions cost a bit more. Each increase seems small, but over several years, those small changes quietly reduce your purchasing power. Here's the most important thing to remember. Inflation itself isn't always bad. A low, stable level of inflation is actually considered healthy for most economies.
The real problem begins when inflation becomes too high or lasts for too long. The lesson isn't to fear inflation. The lesson is to understand it. Because once you understand how inflation works, you stop asking only why prices are rising, and you start thinking about how to protect your money.
If this video changed the way you think about inflation, make sure you subscribe, because there are many hidden truths about money that most people never learn, and we're just getting started.